Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing the Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the latest palette. I'm not in the mood to film an intro, so let's get right into this video. Before I really start talking though, I do want to let you know that you might hear some drilling and sawing in the background. My boyfriend is building a ramp for our dog who is getting surgery on Tuesday. So if you hear anything weird, that's what it is, because he is right out back downstairs outside of my house. So you might hear some of that, but it is what it is. So this new Norvina palette is a 14 pan eyeshadow palette. It retails for $42, the same as the Prism Subculture and Modern Renaissance. This one is just obviously a really beautiful lavender color. I do have video reviews of all of the other Anastasia palettes, including more than these. If you guys want to check them out, I will leave them in a card up in the corner of this video. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know I was super interested in this palette because it's just something different. It's a really beautiful purpley color story, and that color is just one of my favorites when it comes to my green eyes. So I am hyped for this palette. Now that being said, this is not going to be my first time using the palette. I used it for an Instagram video. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will see me use these products first, and I did use it over there. And I do have some mixed feelings on it due to that video because I had some patchiness going on with one of the matte shades, but we'll get into trying it again in this video. Okay, so I just hopped off camera for a minute so that he could finish what he's doing outside, but I actually want to show you guys swatches because that's what I just did while I was waiting, and this thing swatched like an absolute dream. Probably one of the best experiences that I had swatching a palette, so check out these swatches. They are absolutely stunning. I'm sure that they're already infesting my Instagram stories and Snapchat, so you might have already seen them by the time this video goes up, but the metallics in this palette are really out of this world. I actually really love how they decided to lay out this palette versus the previous ones. They decided to do the shimmers on the top and the mattes on the bottom, and holding up this palette and looking at it, it actually looks like each of these metallics or shimmer shades actually corresponds a little bit with the matte that's underneath it. So I really like that too. I actually prefer this layout to the palettes in the past. So I definitely think they should stick to this. As long as you guys are shimmer lovers like me, I think you're going to love that. I'm not sure if they usually have an equal balance of shimmer and matte, but I love that they did that this time. So before we jump into the eye makeup, which I really need to start doing because I feel really naked right now without it, I want to let you guys know that my brush set with Sigma is still available. So if you guys are interested in my favorite 6 brushes from Sigma, it's an equal mix of face and eye brushes. I will be using some of the eye brushes today. It will be linked down below. It is a discount of 25% that you get when you purchase this set, but I am getting a ton of questions on my Twitter and it is still available, so it's linked down below if you guys are interested. So I know a ton of you guys will see this palette and think immediately, I want to do a purple look. That's what I did on my Instagram. I used the shade Soul, which is the matte purple. So if you guys want to see a look with the matte purple, it is on my Instagram, but I actually have a different vision for what I want to do today. I actually want to use the shade Rose Gold out of the metallics and the shade Love, which is right underneath it. It is like a matte rose color. So these two shades right in the middle of the palette are going to be my focus. So first I want to highlight my brow bone with the shade Dreamer. Dreamer is this white gold metallic right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful brow bone highlight. I actually have used it. I used it in my Instagram video, and I'm taking a Sigma pencil brush. I'm going to pop this underneath my eyebrow for a little hint of shimmer. This actually would make a beautiful face highlight if you're anywhere near my skin tone. That's the first thing I'm thinking when I apply it. Also, I've mentioned this before, but the dual-ended brush that comes in these palettes I actually really like, but I'm not going to use it today just because I prefer my brushes that I have in my set. So first I'm going to take the E40, which is my favorite blending brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Love, which is that matte color, the rose color. I'm sure this comes as no surprise to anybody who's seen an Anastasia palette before, but they do have a lot of fallout. So I am going to diffuse this shade all over my lid. So this Love color is really pretty. I could see myself using this for like a romantic date night look. It reminds me of Valentine's Day. This whole palette gives me like magical vibes, just the shade range in it. Okay, now that that is blended all in my crease and on my lid, I want to put on the shade Rose Gold, and I'm just gonna pop this on my lid, probably a little bit into my crease. I know that that's like breaking the rules of makeup, putting a shimmer in your crease, but I do it all the time. Now this is gonna have a little fallout. I can feel it falling on my cheek. Oh, a little is an understatement. You will have less fallout if you use your fingers, just so you guys know. But right now I have really long nails, which makes it hard to apply anything with my fingers. The shade is gorgeous, but the fallout is like about to give me a whole nother blush color. It is blending away, thankfully. Probably a little bit into my blush, but it's a pinky color, so it'll survive. The pigmentation is nuts though. Like, I feel like that is what you kind of have to compromise with. If you want insane pigmentation, you're gonna have a little bit of fallout. That's at least what I think. By the way, I'm packing this on my lid with a Sigma E54 medium sweeper, which this is very versatile, so I'm actually going to use it to go underneath my eyes as well. And I think I just want to drag that Love color, the matte rose color, underneath my lower lash line. I've got some crazy wrinkling going on underneath there today, so I need to blow it out kind of low. So I'm going to pick up Passion with my E25 blending, also in my set. So I'm going to pinpoint this like right in the outer socket of my eye and just dab. Like barely gonna blend, just like one little tiny circle. Okay, I'm gonna brush away all my fallout. I'm gonna put my lashes on and we're gonna wrap up this tutorial and we're gonna talk about my final thoughts on this palette. Alright guys, so that is it for the tutorial portion of this video. So I did have a really good experience blending and with the shades this time around. I did have a lot of fallout, but I'm used to that with the Anastasia palettes. It's something I don't really mind. Normally I would do my eye makeup first with a palette like this just to make sure I don't get anything on my face makeup and ruin it, which I almost did today. It's a little bit patchy now because I've swept away all of the fallout. But aside from that, it created a really pretty look, and I absolutely will be digging into this palette more for more future looks. So basically, I think those of you with the same taste as me are going to really love this palette. If you have a problem with powderiness or fallout, then you're definitely not going to like this palette, as well as many of the Anastasia palettes, because a lot of them have that issue with fallout. But I think it is because they're more along the lines of pressed pigments and not super hard pressed eyeshadows. Do I think they could have pressed these powders a little more? Yes. But it's not a deal breaker for me. I absolutely can still make this work, so I'm really happy with it. So as I said, I will leave links down below where you can purchase this palette at all of the retailers when it's available if you are interested. And I also will have a link down there to my Sigma Favorites brush set if you guys want to check it out. Thank you guys so much, those of you who are supporting this set and just showing love. It really means the world to me, and I want you guys to continue to tag me in pictures so I can repost you, especially on Instagram, so I can put you on my Instagram stories. But I think that's all I have to say about the new Norvina palette. I think they did a great job. I think you guys will like it. If you enjoyed this review video, then please give this video a thumbs up. If you want me to do more looks with this palette, then let me know which shades you want to see down below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can see my new weekly videos, and hopefully I will see you guys all in my next one. Bye.